Hello, I'm Everline.
Hey, I'm Brandon.
And we're with Family and Marriage. During this quarantine time, we thought that we would share a couple tips that have helped us cope.
Yeah. So, obviously this is a time that's already stressful on us, right? So we're in it, in close quarters and trying to make sure that it's as peaceful as possible. So we just wanted to give you guys just some tips to help get through.
Right. So we're going to give you one tip today and then a couple of suggestions on how to implement that tip, okay?
Right.
So the first tip is give your spouse some space.
All right. So for the first suggestion, you want to make sure that you give your spouse some alone time, like some designated alone time.
Alone time is very important, and having that alone time doesn't necessarily mean that you go to another house or have to leave, but just having that space, such as going to another room in the house. For example, me and Brandon, sometimes I'm in the living room and he's in the bedroom, and that is our alone time, just to kind of process everything that's going on.
Right. And, people have different ways of doing that. So, you may head to your own man cave. You may head to the bedroom, like Everline said, or to another room. Or you guys may have separate ends of the room where you're just kind of doing your own thing. So just have that designated space.
Right. Yeah. And suggestion number 2 is just because your spouse wants their own space doesn't mean that they're mad at you or they're upset. They just sometimes want some alone time. And that doesn't mean, oh, I don't like you no more. It's just, I need some alone time.
Yeah. And, I think, depending on your dynamic, some people kind of may have to work to that point. Some people may be there, but it's important to have an understanding with each other, right? Mm-hmm. That it's not anything personal against the other person. It's just, what makes you tick.
Right.
So if it means, having that space, don't necessarily be offended by it. Just be like, hey, I'm going to honor that. And I know I'm going to get the best version of you when you have your alone time.
Exactly. Now, suggestion number 3 is give your spouse a break with the kids. Whomever has the kids for the majority of the day, give them a break with the kids.
So she may feel a little bit biased about that one, just because during the workday, she is primarily the teacher. Now that we are homeschooling the kids,
yes.
I'm the lunch lady, or the lunch worker, I guess. So I'm typically like making sure all the meals are getting done, but I'm not having as much time with the kids throughout the regular work day as she is.
Right.
So at the end of the day, after I'm finished wrapping things up, I will usually say, hey, let me go ahead and get the kids. You go ahead and take some time, do what you want to do.
Right.
Watch a movie, watch some shows. Just get that time so that way you feel that you're having your me time.
Right. And the last suggestion, which is to me one of the most important as well, is choose your words and how you say them. Mm-hmm. So that would be the most important of the suggestions that we give today.
Right. I think the adage is, people may not remember what you did for them, but they always remember how you made them feel.
Yes.
So even when it comes to your relationship, it's important that you make the other person feel valued, you make them feel loved, and that involves speaking to them in a loving manner. We don't want to ever get to a point where, because of the stress level, that you snap at each other.
Right.
Things happen, right? But let's try to be better every day that we go forward and just make sure that the communication is in a loving manner, because we're not enemies.
No, you're a team. And right now it's really when the team needs to come together. For example, if you tell your spouse, hey, babe, can I just get a couple of hours or, 30 minutes of just alone time? You mind? No problem. Or, man, babe, could you give me some space? You all up on me, man. Why? Can you go, please? Now,
not that ever happens.
It don't ever happen here.
Ever, no.
But that's just an example of the way that you say it and how you say it, to your spouse, to let them know that you need some space. Right. So we appreciate you tuning in with us today. Definitely. These are just some tips that have helped us during this quarantine time, and I hope that they help you guys as well.
All right. God bless.